Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Diasis, and we're here to review Night Terrors. It is a cheap game, but is it cheap in terms of quality? We shall find out as we shall jump right into the review right now. Night Terrors it's a difficult game to judge, and I'll get to that later on. But Night Terrors in general is sort of an endless runner. You're playing as a knight, pretty simple moves: jump, hold the jump to fly, and A button to attack with your sword, or other special items that you may pick up during this endless runner. Now, there's level progressing in terms of depending how many enemies you hit, you knock off and kill, and providing that you don't miss more than 3 enemies as it goes by you in the 2D scrolling environment, or you don't get hit 3 times, or you lose all your 3 hearts, you can go up levels and things like that. Now, there are other modes such as a Flappy Bird mode where you're flying and sort of dodging, weaving through items and places, and another mode called K-Type, which is knife throwing through the air, which seems pretty interesting. At first, I wasn't too sure about this game because it did look like an iPad game, basically doing a very straight port. But it is an exclusive Nintendo Switch game, which is quite cool. Now, there is some slow loading for a game this small, and it doesn't look particularly complex, the game. It does have some slow loading, which I think they should have fixed up, but I don't think they have bothered to yet. And you know, once you lose, if you lose up to level 3 or 4 or 5, you have to go right back to the beginning, which might frustrate some people. However, overall, I thought it was an okay game. I think when it comes together, the biggest selling point is its price. It's about $5 here in Australia, $5, $6. And I think that that's a pretty good price to pay for a game of this quality, or a game of this quantity, in terms of you're not going to get a lot out of it, but you're not going to be paying much at all. It's one of the cheapest, or it could be the cheapest Nintendo Switch eShop game on the shop currently, out of over 300 games. So that's where I sort of go, how do I judge it and how do I do it? But overall, the game doesn't have any flaws or problems. It says what it says and it works fairly well. So that is a credit to them. So let's get to the Nintendo Ninja News desk and see what my final score is. Night Terrors, one of the cheapest eShop games on the Nintendo Switch. And what do I think about it overall? I think it's a game that does what it says, and it does a fairly good job, but I wasn't too thrilled by it, so I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. I think it was okay. I think it's a good, easy game to whip out your Switch and play it for 5 or so minutes, but I think any more than 15-20 minutes you might get a bit bored of it. Depending if you get a bit OCD in the game, you really want to get that high score in Night Terrors. But it does work pretty well, and that's good for something, seeming that some games do get released pretty buggy, and it is an exclusive Nintendo Switch game, which I have been told. So who knows, see if you like it or not. So that is it, and that's it for the review. And I'll see you next time.